Imagine that Jesus comes to you and tells you that your greatest dream of ministry is about to come true. That giftedness inside of you is going to be used by God. In fact, it's going to reach millions in His name. But then He offers one more caveat. Your name isn't going to be anywhere on the project. The spotlight won't be on you. There won't be any press releases, no public acclaim. No one will know how hard you worked or the investment of time and heart you put into it. Do you still show up? Are you still willing to invest what it takes for it to succeed? Are you still excited? Perhaps this is the most challenging question of all. If what we do is about or for the Lord, why does it matter if our name is recognized or not? In Luke chapter 6, Jesus chooses His disciples and announces their names. When they came down from the mountain, the disciples stood with Jesus on a large level area, surrounded by many of His followers and by the crowds. There were people from all over Judea and from Jerusalem and from as far north as the seacoast of Tyre and Sidon. They had come to hear Him and to be healed of their diseases, and those troubled by evil spirits were healed. It's found in verses 17 and 18 of Luke 6. The first thing that the disciples see as they stand side by side with Jesus is the need. Over the next 3 years, Jesus showed them how to pray. He showed them how to mentor and to disciple because of the need. He showed them how to love people because of the need. There were times that the disciples tried to shift the spotlight to themselves. They were so human, just like us. And Jesus would call over a little child and say something like, "The kingdom is made up of the least of these." In doing that, He shifted their human need for recognition to the need standing right in front of them, the need that was on the heart of the Father, the reason that He came. In chapter 8, we meet Andrew. He introduces his older brother, Simon Peter, to Jesus. Now, I am one of 5 siblings. I know what it's like to be in the mix. Andrew was the first to believe in Jesus, but suddenly the spotlight is on his older brother. And Jesus tells Simon that he's a rock and literally changes his name. As a younger brother, Andrew is used to being in Peter's shadow, especially in this culture. Peter, as the older brother, has first rights. As the first son, he has the last word. And that doesn't seem to change as Andrew follows Jesus. Peter's name comes up much more than Andrew's. So is Andrew still valuable? Is there still worth to his ministry even though his name is not in the spotlight? Listen, while Andrew's name isn't highlighted much in Scripture, we can look into history and see that Andrew bridged the gap between believers in Greece and Jesus. He was the first to do that. So how do we fit into Jesus' plan? We don't look at what we're doing, but where we fit. We don't compare to others, but look at where we fit. Because Andrew fit into Jesus' plan from the very beginning, regardless of whether his name was in lights or not. And there's a trap that can come with ministry. We can have misplaced joy. Misplaced joy takes place when we find our identity in being front row or in the spotlight. But what if that season changes or it ends? We can misplace our joy. We feel that being out of the spotlight somehow means that our work isn't as significant as others, or that we have missed the mark. Listen, our joy is anchored in the fact that we are chosen. We get to be a part of drawing people to Jesus. So what is our come with me invitation in ministry? It's not the size of the serve. It's not the size of the spotlight. It's the willingness to do what He asks. We show up. We do the hard work. We love people in His names, and sometimes that's going to shine a light on you, and sometimes it won't. But if your joy is found in the fact that you're chosen, that won't matter. We're less worried about our name being in the spotlight and more about making His name famous.